Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wisdom and Wit, the show where we laugh at the absurdity of politics and life. I'm Jimmy, your guide through this comedic minefield. Now, let's get this party started. So, have you heard about Trump's latest plan to trim the fat off our bloated government? It's like he's putting the entire federal workforce on the Atkins diet. He's brought in Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy to lead this new Department of Government Efficiency. I mean, who better to streamline the government than a guy who sends rockets to space and another who's basically a walking TED Talk? Trump's saying he's going to cut $2 trillion in spending. That's more cuts than a teenager's arms at an emo concert. And how's he going to do it? Mass headcount reductions, they say. Sounds like a fancy way of saying, you're fired. To half of DC. I can already see the unemployment line stretching from the Capitol to Mar-a-Lago. But you know what? I'm all for it. Our government's more bloated than my Uncle Earl after an all-you-can-eat crawfish boil. And let me tell you, that man can eat. Last time we had a family reunion, he single-handedly depleted the bayou's crawfish population. The local gators were filing for food stamps. Now, Musk and Ramaswamy, they're like the dynamic duo of downsizing. Musk is probably going to suggest replacing all government workers with AI robots. Can you imagine? I'm sorry, sir, but according to my algorithms, your request for a pothole repair has been denied. And Ramaswamy, well, he's got more big ideas than a think tank on steroids. He'll probably suggest outsourcing the entire government to India. Thank you for calling the United States government. My name is Steve. But here's the kicker. Folks, Trump's efficiency crusade is running smack dab into a wall bigger than the one he wanted to build on the southern border. And no, I'm not talking about Nancy Pelosi's forehead. I'm talking about the federal employee unions. These unions are tougher to crack than a safe at Fort Knox. They're like the mafia of the government world, except instead of concrete shoes, they'll bury you in paperwork. Trump wants to drain the swamp, but these unions are the alligators guarding it. And let me tell you, they're not going down without a fight. They're already threatening legal action faster than you can say grievance procedure. It's like watching a bunch of bureaucrats trying to have a slap, fight with their hands tied behind their backs. Trump's talking about firing folks who won't come back to the office. Can you believe it? He wants people to actually show up to work. What a concept. Next thing you know, he'll be expecting them to do their jobs too. The audacity. But the unions, oh boy, they're not having it. They've got these work-from-home deals locked up tighter than a gator's jaws on a chicken. One guy, Martin O'Malley, he's gone and made a deal that keeps people working in their PJs until 2029. That's longer than most marriages last in Hollywood. I can see it now. Government employees barricading themselves in their home offices. You'll never take my sweatpants alive. They'll be using their ergonomic chairs as shields and launching staplers like catapults. It's going to be like Office Space meets Braveheart. But folks, this is just the beginning of tonight's political comedy extravaganza. Up next, we've got a real treat for you. He's orange, he's loud, and he's got more comebacks than a boomerang factory. Please welcome to the stage the man who puts the commander in tweet, Donald Trump.
Thank you. Glad to be here in a room full of people who understand that government efficiency is as real as my natural hair color. Now let's dive into this DOGE nonsense, shall we? Y'all heard about this new Department of Government Efficiency? DOGE for short. Sounds like they're trying to run the country with memes and cryptocurrency. I bet Elon Musk is behind this. He's probably thinking, if I can send a car to space, surely I can make the government work. Honey, the only thing that moves slower than government is my cousin Cletus after a night of moonshine.
Now, they're talking about streamlining operations. That's fancy talk for we're going to fire a bunch of y'all and make the rest do twice the work. It's like when my mama decided to streamline our family reunions by uninviting all the cousins who voted Democrat.
Suddenly, we had a lot more potato salad and a lot less drama. But don't you worry, folks.
These government types are promising new opportunities. That's like saying, we're not firing you. We're giving you a chance to explore your passion for unemployment. They're offering early retirement incentives too.
And let me tell you about these relocations. They're shipping folks out of DC faster than AOC can tweet about the evils of capitalism. It's like a government version of The Amazing Race, except instead of $1 million, you win a cubicle in Topeka. Now, here's where it gets real interesting. They're talking about telework and remote jobs. Apparently, half the government can work from home now. It's like they finally realized that people can be just as unproductive at home as they are in the office. But here's the kicker, folks.
They're saying this telework thing might lead to office space reductions. That's right. They're downsizing faster than my waistline after discovering keto.
Soon, the entire Department of Agriculture will be run out of someone's garage in Iowa.
You know who's really going to benefit from all this?
Contractors. That's right. They're going to outsource everything.
Soon, you'll be calling India to complain about your Social Security check. Hello, this is Brad from the IRS.
But let's be real, folks.
This whole DOGE thing is just another government program that'll probably cost more than it saves. It's like when I decided to save money by making my own clothes. Sure, I saved on the dress, but the therapy bills from the trauma of wearing it in public through the roof. In the end, this DOGE initiative is just another example of the government trying to fix itself.
It's like asking a fox to guard the hen house, except the fox is wearing a suit and the chickens are our tax dollars.
But hey, at least we can say our government has gone to the dogies.
Well, folks, that's all the time I have.
Remember, if the government comes knocking with a new opportunity, just tell them you're busy making America great again.
One joke at a time. Good night, y'all.